I'm Riq the Critic. And listen, I'm just getting new to Instagram, so you're just going to have to bear with me because I don't really have it all together. I'm used to doing the shows in the station and YouTubing and all that. But listen, if you just catch a little bit of this or you catch the end of it on Instagram, you can go to my YouTube page, Riq the Critic, and you'll find some content there. Listen, thank you. Let me say thank you for allowing me to come into your home, because I know there's a lot of people that you can look at, but if you're looking at me today, then hey, I'm kind of feeling that. And so thank you. Now, today, I wanted to talk about, I always hear the relationship, story, how the man, how the woman is and all that kind of stuff. And then I got to thinking about it. I've got some brothers. I have probably, I'm sure at least 10 brothers that are single. And I mean, they've got their own car, they've got their own home. Some of them have homes and have other real estate. Some of them have their businesses, they're entrepreneurs. I mean, and they don't have a woman. I mean, no woman. And I kept thinking to myself, I know all of these guys, and I hear sisters all the time saying, where are the good men? Where are the good men? It's a lot of good men out here. And I know a lot of single brothers. So I'm thinking the guys are always telling the men how to deal with us. But who tells the men, they tell the women how to deal with the men. But who tell the men, how to catch a woman, how to keep a woman? Because how you start out is how you end up. So tonight we're going to talk about brothers and keeping a woman. And when I say brothers, I mean mankind, period. Men, period. Males, period. All right. So it's 3 things. It's 3 words that a woman wants to hear from a man. And let me tell you something, men. If you know these 3 words and you say these 3 words to a woman, you will shut her down. Like you can tell her, you could come in and say, well, listen, I want to do this. There's this conversation going back and forth, and you like, well, all you got to say is 3 things. It's like, number 1, babe, I got this. Number 2, I got us. Number 3, I got you. That's all a man has to say. I don't care what color, I don't care what, a woman hears those 3 words from you, she gonna shut it down. When a woman is asking you questions and it's like, well, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? And you know what I'm saying? Because that's how we are. It's like we want to know. We always want to know, like what's going on. We want to know the beginning of it. We want to know the end of it. We want to know how it's going, end up. That's just our nature. That's how we are. We have to know, what you getting ready to do. Brothers, it's just 3. All you got to say is, I got you. I got this. I got us. You can say any of those 3 and she going to shut it down. She's not going to ask you, well, wait a minute, what you going to do? When you say that to her, she's very, very, it's like what you said to her is, look, you don't need to worry about anything because I'm taking care of this. I'm the man and I got this. I'm going to take care of it. We just, for whatever reason, when we hear those 3 words, it's like, hey, you can rest. You can rest and know that it's taken care of. That's how we are. We just need to know. That's our security part. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that makes us feel secure. You don't have to explain to a woman, the whole, blow by blow by blow by blow. Even though we may ask that, we don't really want to hear that. We really don't even care. We really just, it's like, what, just get it done. Make it happen. Just make it happen. That's all we really want. But sometimes we'll take it, it's like, well, wait a minute. What's the plan? What you getting ready to do? We just be asking that. It's just habit. We really don't want to know. We just want to know that you got that thing. You got that? You got it? Hey, you got it? That's all we want to know. Just make it happen. When you say though any of those three, you're gonna shut it down. No woman is gonna ask you anything else. Once you say that to her, it's like, oh, okay. She's gonna calm down and she's gonna go on and she's gonna do whatever she got to do because you've assured her that you got this thing handled. Now let me tell you something. Now don't say that shit if you don't have if you don't have it. If you really don't have it, don't just say it to shut her down. Don't do that. Now you going, now Rick ain't, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Just when you say that, say it like, mean it when you say it, and for real, take care of it. Don't come back talking about, well, babe, I was just wondering. No. Straight, I got you. Hey, I got you. But, hey, I got us. I got this. I got this. That's it. That's it. When she hears that, that's it. So tonight, I'm talking to the men. I'm talking to men because I hear all this relationship, stuff for the women, and then I hear stuff about, when women are using men, all that. Hey, no, I'm gonna talk to you about getting a good woman and recognizing when you have a good woman and how to keep a good woman. Let me tell you something. I wish that some of these entertainers like Shaq and Michael Jordan, I wish that their wives, I wish that I could have talked to them about those brothers. Because see, here's the thing with men. You know what I'm saying? With men, sex ain't really important. You know what I'm saying? Sex is just sex with men. It doesn't always mean something. And with us as women, we got to be attached to it. Something's got to, it's either spite or we just doing, or we care about the person. Now there are some exceptions to the rules. I done seen some wild out sisters. I done seen some sisters that be, women that just be wild out. I've seen that before. But here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Men are not going to, they'll deal with that. But what I'm saying is the bad boy, hey, the bad boy, when we young, we might want the bad boy. We want the, hey, the Dre's, the Kanye's, we might, but as we get older and we get in our minds, we know what we want, then we got to attract that kind of brother. And those kind of men are the kind of men, that sometimes when they see us, they get intimidated. They get intimidated because we come on, we come on strong. See, I've done it, even with my daughters, I've raised them to be independent women, but not to the point where they don't need a man. And that's what happens a lot of times when we raise our daughters, or if daughters have been raised, women have been raised up in households that are not, their biological father and biological mother are not there, or for whatever reason, maybe an orphanage, or whatever the reason, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we're not there in the household with our fathers. Now, and then sometimes we are in the household with our fathers and still not like that. But here's the thing. And I was very fortunate. I lived in a household with my parents, and not only that, I had brothers. So I was always asking my brothers about men and different little things and, all kinds of stuff. I always ask them all kind of stuff. So I got a really good idea about, how they function. And it's like three things. You cook for them, sex, clean house. It's a no-brainer with guys. But with us, Men see us as a little more complicated because we just appear to be complicated, but we're really not. We really aren't that complicated. If you tell us something that you want to do, if you tell us, hey, listen, you know what? My goal is to, own a restaurant. When you tell us that, we write on that. We write on it. It's like, oh, okay. So what we gonna do is every time you think about it, even if you work in another job, we might even put some money to the side and say, hey, look, you know what? When that time comes, we got a little something saved up. That's what we do. We listen to what you have to say. See, men are foundations. They're not head of household. When I hear people say head of household, it's like, no, it's like the same thing when they say Reverend so-and-so. There is no reverend. Only reverences to God. There are ministers and pastors, but that's another story. I'm not going to go there. But when you're talking about with men, you know what I'm saying, and with women, because we're not talking about men, because you guys got enough. You got the Jackson, what is it, Derek Jackson and Tony, all of those people that can tell you about men. I'm talking to men about how to keep women. We're not that complicated. We really aren't. A lot of times we will test you. We do that. We test you because we've been programmed for disappointment. So we may say some things to you just to get the reaction, but it really doesn't mean anything. And let me give you an example. Okay, like just say something simple. Here's the thing. Okay, I know a lot of men that they'll go to work. I've seen men go to work, come home, hand all their money to a woman, and then come back and say, baby, can I have a few dollars? And in their mind, they think that's a good thing, but it's not. It really isn't. No one should give anybody all of their money. A woman needs to know that, hey, even if she messed that money off, and she shouldn't, but even if she should, let's just say for the sake of argument, even if she messed that money off and she goes back to him, she needs to feel secure, and you need to have something in your pocket. You don't give no woman all your money. You know what I'm saying? You give her what she's supposed to have, and you always maintain something because you're the person, you're the go-to person. You're always going to be, it's just the two of you. It's going to be either I'm coming to you or you coming to me. We in this together. When I talk about, like, even with Shaq, and this is just for an example. I remember when I heard that Shaq was, he and his wife were separating, and I remember my heart just was like, bam, I was like, man, because in my mind it was like, if I knew her phone number, I would have called her and I would have said, sis, don't do it. Whatever it is, you can work through it. Because here's the thing, and this is how I looked at it, and I might be looking at it wrong, but what I'm looking at a big man. I'm looking at a man that's like, almost 7 feet tall. So you got to believe that all through school, he probably was ridiculed about his weight and his height. And then, you know what I'm saying? He's a sweetheart. I mean, I love Shaq. He is a sweetie pie. But, he's not like the most handsome brother in the world. But his heart is so good and it's so big that he just beams and oozes with just sweetness. He's just an awesome brother. I love the brother. So whatever was happening, so I'm going back. So what I'm saying is that, okay, so through school, he probably had a size 20 foot, his feet were probably real big, and you know what I'm saying, clothes probably didn't fit right on him, because you know what I'm saying, when you get that height or that big, you really need to have your clothes tailored. So when he began to make money, and when he got with his wife and they had children, when he began to make money, then you know what I'm saying, other women started looking at him because he's making money. It's not that he's so fine and that they just wanted to have it. It was nothing like that. It was about, I see you and you have a family, and let me just see how strong that is. But see, because of Shaq being a big guy, you know what I'm saying, it probably caught him off guard. It blindsided him. For once, you know, not just my children and my wife love me, but hey, some other, you know, some arm candy, you know, they love me. They like, no, they don't really like him. And he would have figured that out eventually if his wife would have stayed. But she probably got tired of all of, and I remember Kobe threw him under the bus once. I was so mad. It's like, nigga, you done got caught doing something. What that guy, why you throwing Shaq under the bus? But that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is this. Okay, so here's the divorce. So now the attorneys get paid. Both attorneys get paid. The what do you call those investigators? Everybody gets paid. And the only person that really kicked in the money and stuff and stuck by him was Shaq. Shaq worked for the money, and Shani made sure the money was all right. You know, she made sure that she created a home for him. She, you know, kicked out children for him. She had babies for him. So she loved him. You know what I'm saying? Because she was with him when. So, like I said, if I had been her friend, if I was her friend, I would have told her, look, let's take a trip, sis. Let's go to the Bahamas, or let's go over to Europe, or let's go to Jamaica. Let's go somewhere, you know, because this too is going to pass, you know. But she probably had other girlfriends, and they probably was, girl, that, you know, he doing this and that. No, he had somebody, other women that were looking at him, you know what I'm saying, like he was really something. And it was a good feeling. And I know how he probably felt, you know, like, man, you know, gosh, somebody's looking at me. And it didn't mean nothing. But if she would have had a good friend, a good girlfriend, she would have said, girl, look, listen, let me tell you something. He ain't hitting on you. He ain't beating on the kids. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't doing that kind of stuff. And because of that, we're going to stick this thing out. See, it's easy to walk away. The hard part is sticking it out. Anybody can walk away. Anybody. People walk away all the time. The hard part is sitting there. You remember when our parents were coming up, I mean, it wasn't no bed of roses. I'm sure it wasn't. And I'm sure that they was doing the same thing then that they doing now. But women then said, hey, look, as time goes on, we're going to be able to appreciate each other like we did the first. We're going to get a second chance at this. So when I look at Shaq, and I'm just using him as an example, when I look at him, I always feel a sense of loneliness, because I remember seeing him when he came home. I remember seeing his kids jumping all on him and, you know, climbing all up on him. And I remember his wife looking at him, you know, with love in her eyes. And, you know, I'm not saying, sister, I'm not saying that, you know, that you shouldn't be hurt when brothers do stuff. But hey, the same thing it took to get him is the same thing it took to keep him. See, here's the thing that we don't understand about men. When they go out with that kind of old crazy stuff, all you got to do is say, look here, don't make me embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? All you do, because see, you know him. You know him better than anybody. And why you lose your mind and start tripping about he out there with her or he out there, all you got to do is reel that mind back in and start thinking about, okay, I know this guy. I know him. I know him better than anybody. Even if he starts to tripping, even if he's tripping, he's still the same person that you met in the beginning. See, what happens is you start splitting up the money. And I hear women all the time saying, I don't know, he's done so much and he's did it. And then they end up leaving them and getting somebody else that's worse. Or somebody else that you got to put over your children. Or somebody else that you know he got to figure you out, you got to figure him out. It's easier to stick it out with the person that you started out with. So with Shaq, like I said, he probably would have been doing stupid stuff for a little while, but he would have came back home. And all girlfriend had to do was take her kids and her and get on a plane and take a trip somewhere and be gone for a month, and he would have been back home because he couldn't have took it. He's a family man. When I see him now, I can see, you know what I mean, in his eyes where it's like, I really messed up. But it takes two people. It takes two. See, one could be like, yeah, I messed up, but I'm sorry. You know, you got to be able, and you got to be willing to say, you know what? Okay. Because you put a lot in it. When you invest a lot into a man, it to me, I'm not, this is how I am. This is just me. I'm just going to put it out there. This is Rick. If me and you together, and we start out, and we don't have nothing, and we making money, ain't no money going in, and ain't no money going out. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to come on the benefit of me and him struggle, and now because we divorced, you going to, no, it don't work like that. No, We together, if we got to live in the house and you got to live on one side and I live on the other side, we going to be in the same house. We going to be spending the same money. Ain't no money going out. No, I'm not going anywhere. That's my money. Me and you built this together. That's my money. That's our money. Now, if you want to go or you just feel like you just got to go and just do something else, then you're going to have to leave this place with nothing. You're not going to leave here with anything. And we ain't going to no courts. We're not doing none of that. You're not going to leave here with the money and take it somewhere else. Not the money that we work for. Because see, that money, that's the dream that we had when we was laying up at night laughing and talking about all the things we were going to do. And when we was eating peanut butter and jelly and eating crackers and our kids wearing, you know what I'm saying, maybe little hand-me-down clothes. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or just the things that we couldn't buy. So now, all of a sudden, we got money to buy something and we going to split up? No, It don't work like that. No. You can get you another little job. Whatever money you got coming in, whether it's from the NBA, whether it's as an attorney, a judge, whatever it is, you're going to have to get a second job if you want to do something else outside of the house. And you're not going to be disrespectful. You're going to have to take that. You're going to have to get on a plane and go somewhere else with that madness. Because if not, I'm going to be right there where you at with that stuff. It's like, oh, and I'm not going to be acting a fool either. When I come, I'm just going to be looking at you saying, oh, this how we doing it? You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about a man, he ain't going to let you embarrass him. Now, I remember at one time Michael Jordan was very disrespectful to Juanita. I mean, he had got disrespectful. But Juanita, again, did not have a good friend. Because see, me and her, we would have been over there looking at Michael. We'd have been sitting right across the table looking at him saying, you sure you want to do this? Because see, when he looking in your eyes, he wondering, are you going to act the fool up in here? You know, am I going to? He ain't wanting to see that. He don't nobody, listen, them men, is no man, they do not want to see you take it to the next level. If a man has seen you take it there, he is not trying to let his friends see you take it there. He don't want he don't want nobody to see you take it there. You really ain't got to take it there. All you got to do is look at him and tell him, this how we playing this? Do you want to play this? You don't have to lift a finger. All you got to do is look at him. He got to come home. A man is going to follow his money. So he got to come home. When he come home, it's like, look, we sit down. Okay, now check this out. You seem like you want to be somewhere else. And I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry that you want to be somewhere else. But it just don't work like that. I have, just stretched my stomach out and had a baby for us. Because this is what you wanted as well. And don't say that, hey, you had nothing to do with it. Because as long as you having sex, and again, you ain't got no jacket on, or you don't have a vasectomy, it could take one time or 20 times. So don't try to come with the, I didn't know, I thought you would. No. You have a responsibility too. So if you hitting it, it's going to happen. Period. So we don't even have to have that conversation about what you wanted, what you didn't. When you decided to lay down with me and we started having sex, in the back of your mind, you knew, just like in the back of my mind, I knew it's a possibility. And we have already decided it's an unspoken word that we're going to deal with this. So, don't let, you know what I'm saying? And men know this. They know this. Don't let them even tell you no. Well, I thought that no. All of them have been to school before. They've all taken science and health classes, so they do know that if your penis go into a vagina, that it could, you know what I'm saying, there's a possibility it could hit that sperm and, you know what I'm saying, hit that egg, and there's a baby. And sometimes it could be twins, triplets, you don't know. So you're taking a gamble when you're doing it anyway. You might get one, you might get two, you might get three. So, you know what I'm saying, that's that. But back to the man. So what I'm saying is that we as women have got to, you know what I'm saying, look. And I'm not saying that you should overlook things, because I think that you should have a conversation with a man. But most men, and I'm talking about the brothers that you know, nice guy. I'm talking about brothers I know. I ain't talking about these rascals out here rapping and calling women bees and all. I ain't talking about them niggas right there. Them niggas, I don't know nothing about them. That's what it is. And that don't have to be black. It could be black, Mexican, white, purple, orange. They niggas if they acting like that. There is no black nigga. It's white niggas, Mexican niggas, Asian niggas. They niggas if they acting like that. So what I'm saying to you is this, is men, when you meet a woman, you know what I'm saying, if she got children and you don't want to deal with that, just say that. Just be 100 with a woman. That's all. Let me tell you something. Most women, this is why pimps don't have no problem with hoes. You know why? Because they tell the truth. They just put it out there. They tell them, look, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. This is this is that. And either she gonna roll with it or she's not. But I'm talking about these brothers that that don't have the confidence or feel like, you know, she's out of your league. No. Women, listen. There are some women out there that want to deal with, they call them gold diggers or whatever, and they want to deal with a guy with a car, blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. The majority of women, I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of women, they not looking for that. When you see that, them few little gold, those are just little isolated. Yeah, it's a few of them out there like the Kardashians and some others. It's a few of them out there. And they blow it up like it's a lot of them out there, but it's not. Most women, they looking for a man that will make them laugh, a man that will sit down and listen to them, a man that when he comes home, he's happy to see, you know what I'm saying? He's happy to see you. And whatever's going on, he lets you know, I got this. I got us. I got you. That's it. That's all you brothers got. I mean, really, you think that we're not that complicated. We really aren't. You know, and when you start tripping, and you know what I'm saying, then we get like, whoa, wait a minute. Because we don't, just like you don't like rejection, we don't like rejection either. So when you start doing stupid stuff, then we gonna call our girlfriend, you know, girl so-and-so, and your little ignorant girlfriend, you know, girl, I would blah, blah. No. A good friend, if you got a good friend, you know she gonna tell you, wait a minute, girl, wait a minute, hold up. You know, is he raping you? Is he raping the kids? Okay, we talking about what? Another woman, another man, and that's kind of iffy. You know that. But another woman, nothing. Because here's the thing. The advantage that you have over the other woman is that you've been with him and you know him. The other woman, she don't really know him. She don't know if the nigga pee in the bed. She don't know if the nigga eat peanuts in the bed. She don't know all the idiot stuff. You know, she don't really know him. You know what I'm saying? When a man is in the bathroom with you, and he could have a bowel movement in the bathroom with you, he could take a shit in front of you, or a woman can sit there and take a shit. Hey, that's it. I mean, y'all for real. If she hike her legs up and she's flatulent, you know, or he walks by you and he's flatulent, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that women are not going to let you see. Those are the things a lot of men may not let you see. But when women are comfortable with you, you're going to see all of that. You're going to see them on them days when, it's the period days. You're going to see them with all of that. All you got to do is just, you can't be squeamish. You got to be, when you in, you in. When you come by, and we're going to talk about the dating process. When you meet a woman, you see her in the store, you may see her somewhere. All you got to do is you just go up to her. You don't have to be watching. You walk up to her. Hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so. Extend your hand. My name is so-and-so. And what's your name? Oh, my name is so-and-so. I got a man. Okay, fine. It was nice talking to you. I just thought that, you were a nice looking young lady and I just wanted to say hi. Keep it moving. Turn, walk away. Don't have no more conversation. You ain't got to go into, hey, I just wanted to have a friend. Don't do that. Just walk away. Walk away. See, when you walk away, what you saying is, hey, I was looking for a friend and you talking about some other stuff. And hey, it's not that serious with me. I don't, you know what I'm saying? What you let her know is that I'm valuable. Me, I'm about something. I don't have to sit here and go into, I just wanted to be a friend, or I just wanted to see if we could, get some, or is your man treat. You ain't got to do all of that. When you do all of that, you diminish yourself. I mean, you bring yourself down in a woman's eyes. You bringing yourself down, and now she don't have no respect for you because now you like, hey, well, whatever it is, either you going to just go past it and be disrespectful, or you're going to, or what you saying is I don't care about that. Hey, so now you letting her feel like she could do anything to you. Because that's what she feels. Because if you go past that and say, well, hey, hey, so what, blah, what you're saying to her is, hey, I don't care nothing about it. And that's how bad I want you. So now that's oozing of desperation. Yeah. No, women don't like that. So when you extend your hand and say that, you turn and walk away. Hey, it was nice, nice to have met you, nice talking with you. Walk away. Walk away. Because as many no's, it's a bunch of yeses. And it's always somebody finer and smarter and look better than her. And some men like big women. Some women like curvy women. Some women like small women. It's all men like all kinds of. There is a woman for every man and every man for every woman. There is no shortage of men. And if it was, they wouldn't be having sex with one another. If it was a shortage of men, they wouldn't be having sex with one another. It ain't no shortage of men. Don't even listen to that. It's not. It's a bunch of, I'm telling you, I got about 10 single friends, male friends that are, really good catches. There's not like they, just some bums or something. I'm talking about good men, smart men, and know how to treat a woman. When they come to pick you up, it's like, they know where they want to go. They not come, well, where you want to go? None of that. When they come to your house, they already got the plan. We're going to eat. They going to come with some flowers or come with some, I'm talking about men. I'm talking about gentlemen. Come, Howard, open the car door, get in, you know what I'm saying? Hey, where we, hey, I'm taking you. When they go in the restaurant, and this is what I'm talking to you men. I ain't talking to women. I'm talking to you. When you go there, you know what I'm saying? When you go in that, if she's got children and you know that, when you go inside, make yourself hi. I'd like to meet your children. Hi, my name is so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself, and let them know, listen, I'm going to have your mom back at a decent hour. I'm not going to have you. Let the children feel comfortable about you taking their mother out. Not making them feel like, oh, hey, he going to get my mom out and she may not come home tonight or whatever. Let them know. When you go you open the car door, she gets in the car, you go and you sit down and you have dinner and you have a conversation. And your conversation should be more towards listening, not a lot of talking. do a lot of listening. You know, you can ask questions like, you know, what are your goals? I mean, you have some children, you know, don't ask about the ex because you don't care. You can find out about that later on. You don't need to know all of that. You don't need to know what happened and all that. And if she start talking about that, you cut the date real short. You know what I'm saying? Have your little dinner, cut it short, and get her back home. Because if she starts talking about another man to you, then she's still working with that guy in her mind, and she hasn't gotten over him. You don't need that kind of luggage. There's too many women out here for you to be settling for something that's going to be a headache down the line. So just say, for the sake of argument, so you get to the restaurant. And this is a tip for you men. You know what I'm saying, if I were you, before I went to the restaurant, if I made reservations, you know, I would make sure I would get there early. Let her come in her car. She might not, if she doesn't want you to come to her house, and she's going to meet you there, then you need to be there like 1 hour early. Because you need to let the maitre d' know where you're going to be sitting. You know, you need to know where you're going to sit. Look at the menu. If it's a high-end menu and you think it's going to be over $100, give the maitre d', $200, or your whoever's serving it, your server, you know, a couple $100. And then, you know what I'm saying, when she comes, if she meets you there, that's already taken care of. So when you finish eating and, you know, and all that, you get up and, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, well, I've taken care of that. What you just said to her is, I got this. Because she going to look at you when you get up, she going to be like, well, you know, we walking out. Did you pay? You know, did you pay? I got this. You let her know. When you go someplace with me, you don't have to be concerned about these little things. These are very minute. These are things as a man. These are things that I do. This is what I do. So that's gonna give you a notch right there. Because it's like, wow. When you walk out and the maitre d' says, good night, Mr. So-and-so, because you've already told them your name and stuff. Or even if it's, you know what I'm saying, if you use the credit card or whatever. Now, if the meal is like, you know, $110, you know, then you need to get at least 50 back or whatever. Don't be real big like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can make it where if she, you know what I'm saying, where you can handle that. She might get up and go to the bathroom or what have you. But even with that, even before you go out, if they come and bring you your change, you know what I'm saying, you know, you give them their tip or whatever and you take it. And that's if you close to 200, you know what I'm saying, that you know how to do that. So now you sat down, you talking to her, you know a little bit about her. You know, you kind of know what her goals are. You know, you kind of know where she's headed. You know what kind of work she does. You know what her ambitions are. You know what I'm saying? Be interested, you know, because women are going to talk. They're going to tell you their aspirations. But we're always used to listening to what the man has to say because we're wired to help him, assist him in his goals. But if you come and you listen to what her goals are or what she wants to do, if she wanted to always be a painter or a tap dancer when she was a child, listen. Because if you listen, you're going to learn a lot because she's going to tell you. She's going to tell you. She's going to tell you a lot without telling you a lot. Okay, so the end of the date is over. And let me tell you about the calling. You know what I'm saying? If you guys exchange numbers, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to call her the very next day. You can call her on the second day. Call her one time, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, hi, how are you? Call at a decent hour. Don't be calling in no booty, you know what I'm saying, with them booty call hours. You know, call in the afternoon or in the evening before you getting off work. You know, hey, how are you? You know, just checking on you. I was at work. So then she knows that, hey, this brother works. And you know what I'm saying? And he got business. You ain't got time. If you calling her in the morning when you first meet her and she know that you ain't, you know, you not working. What is you doing? What is you doing? But if you call her around 4 or 5 o'clock, that's like, hey, I just got off work, you know what I'm saying, because you guys are not in it enough, to be calling her, hey, early in the morning, how you doing? You don't have to do all that. Even after you have dinner, you know what I'm saying, you can call her to make sure she made it home. I'm just checking to see if you made it home. That's it. No long conversations on the phone and all of that, and talk till morning and all that. You don't need to do that, because you're just meeting her. What I'm trying to tell you is how to get one, and keep her. Because see, women, we're always thinking. We overthink everything. I mean, you tell us something, we thinking it. We overthink it. So the less that you give us to think about, the more, it's like, wow, I don't have to use all my brain power here. This guy, he doesn't pull a lot from me. You know what I mean? He's not pulling from me. So now I'm comfortable with you because you're not pulling on me. When you start telling me, look, my goal is I'm gonna be a football player. I want to do this. I want to do the movies. I want to do this. I want to do that. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you've told me all about you, and now, you know what I'm saying, I'm an engineer and da-da-da. You've told me all about you. So now, you know what I'm saying, I got a pretty good idea how I'm working with you. I need to be thinking. I need to feel two things. I need to feel secure when I'm in your company, and I need to know that you are a protector. So I'm going to feel that when I'm in your company because of the way you treat me. When you pull the chair out and sit down, you know what I'm saying, and you sit with your back, you know what I'm saying, when you're facing here, your back is against the wall where you can see what's going around in the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? She don't need to be sitting there being able to look around and see what's going on. You need to be sitting there looking to see what's going on. So now you've put her in a position of trust. See, with women, we don't trust easy, but when you make it comfortable for us in the beginning, we real cool. I don't care what nationality you are. I don't care if you old or young. It's a feeling of trust. So now you're looking at her, you know what I'm saying, and now you're getting good signals. You're getting good vibes. She's not going to be one of these girls, well, listen, I got to get my nails did. I got to get my hair did. Nuh-uh. If you get it's like that, let her go. Let her go. She's shallow. There's no value for you there. You're looking for value. You're looking for a woman that is going to connect with you and going to work with you, no matter whether you're an engineer, a lion trainer, whatever, a trapeze, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're on the trapeze, you're in the circus. It doesn't matter. You're looking for a fit. You're not looking for somebody that just look, they just look good and you just, because it's going to cost you. You're looking for somebody that's fit and that's a fit for your needs. You're looking for somebody that cares just as much for you as you care for them. You get me? You're looking for something mutual there. You're looking for somebody that you can say something to, whether you, like I said, you could pee in the bed, and if you say that, that's as far as that go. So you got to cultivate that. So, okay, that's your first date. The second time, you know what I'm saying, you might you might say, hey, look, we're going to, come on, let's go. You might go on a picnic. You're not asking her to cook no dinner. Don't do that shit. Don't be talking about, well, look, I thought we could eat dinner at your house and we could look at Netflix and chill. No. You're the man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go to Whole Foods and you get a little picnic basket or something like that. It's like, hey, Saturday, because here's the thing. Whether she has children or she doesn't have children, you need to get to know her first before you start even interfering with the life of her children, because those are her children. So you need to get to know her. But you still need to always make it comfortable when you come to her house and her children are there and she's leaving. You need to let them know, listen, your mom and I, I'm not going, as long as she comes back early and on time, the kids are going to be secure. They're going to be like, man, this ain't the kind of guy that's over here with his feet all up under our table and, drinking and smoking weed and playing video games. Not that men do. A lot of men do that, but some men do. But I'm just saying, you're letting the children know, look, I'm interested in your mother. And if I'm interested in her, I'm interested in you. That's why you know who I am and I know who you are. Now, after a few of those, you know what I'm saying, you're going to pretty much figure out, just what kind of woman you got. And again, like I said, if she's shallow and it's like, I need money. If she start with that begging right off the bat, let it go. Let it go. Now, I do know that some women, there are some times that you may hit a situation where you're needed. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. And it might be a situation where it's like, I hate to ask you, but, I just, you know what I mean? You might get that. But, yeah, it's very rare. Because as a man, when you come there, you can assess what's going on. If you come there to the house and you see certain things, you know what's needed to be done. You know that. She shouldn't have to tell you when you come there, you know what I'm saying? If her grass is high and her son cuts the grass, you're not going to go out there and cut the grass? You know what I'm saying? If your hands are not fit for a lawnmower, then you know what I'm saying? You could have somebody come and cut the grass because she is a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? So those are things. When you get in there, when you see her car, you wash her car. Hey, babe, you know what? Give me your keys. And I'm talking about, this is into the, what I'm saying, you're dating, you're comfortable, you're exclusive. It's just, it's just you and her. You get her car. You take it to the car wash, or you and her son, you guys wash the car. You clean the car. You know what I'm saying? You clean the car. Fill the car up with gas. Fill the car up with gas and bring the car back. Now you letting her know, you know what I'm saying? I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned. I don't want the kids in no car and you running out of gas. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? So certain things women may not have. Certain women may not be able to afford AAA, or they may not think about it. Or they may have always called their friend. You know what I'm saying? You need to know those things, and you'll be able to tell those things just by questions. Listen, such and such and such, and your car broke down, or the tire, If she's got sons, teach them how to change a flat tire. Teach them how to get up under the sink and, you know what I'm saying, and know how to, change a pipe. But they need to know how to change a tire. Okay? So, with all that being said, like I said, so you're building a relationship. And in all of that, and before that, I cannot stress this. You got to have a conversation about sex. You got to have a conversation about children. How you raise them, your parenting skills, her parenting skills. If you've got children and she's got children, you parent different. This is a conversation that after 2 or 3 dates, you'll know if she's somebody that you want to become exclusive with. That's when all of those questions come up. Do you like oral sex? Or do no, I don't. Ooh, no, that's a no, bro. Ooh, that's a deal breaker for me. Hey, I don't go down. It may be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Those are things that you definitely need to talk about. Because here's the thing. If you don't let a man know just say for the sake of, I like oral sex. This is a guy that says, hey, I like oral sex. I need you to go down on me or whatever. And you say, oh, no, I don't do that. I don't give up no head. I don't do the blowjobs. He's going to get that somewhere else. Okay? Now, he might start off with just getting a blowjob. And then pretty soon it may lead into, boom, 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 boom. Now, he's a good man. So he's a good man. So now you done put him in a position where this other woman is looking at him and she's saying, oh, this is a good guy. I'm pregnant. So now you got another human being in the equation of a good relationship that didn't even have to get to that if you just would have been honest about what you like. He needs to be honest and you need to be honest. If it's deal breakers up in there, let the deal, hey, that's a deal breaker for me, brother. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't into threesomes. I ain't into, no men and men. And if you like men, that's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the deal breaker is, it needs to be on the table, like right off the top. Now, we're going to probably have a part 2 of this because it's a whole lot that I need to share. But I hope, brothers, that what I've shared with you today, you know what I'm saying, that it will give you a little insight in, because like I said, you hear all these relationship things about men, but men never hear about what women want. So, I'm Riq the Critic, and like I said, it's going to be a part 2, because, you know what I mean, I think we should go into this and we should talk more about this. Listen, I'm live every Friday at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. East Coast Time, or not actually, it'd be Midwest Time, 10 p.m. But, catch me on Riq the Critic. If you missed some of this and you want to share this with your partners and y'all sitting there, you know what I'm saying, and listening to all of this and saying, man, she giving us some tips, check me out. And if it's not still on here, it'll be on YouTube, Riq the Critic. Listen, thank you so much. And thank you for bearing with me yesterday, because, I was fumbling with trying to turn this thing off and all that. And I still might stumble a little bit, but you just going to have to work with me, because I'm used to doing it in the television station, and they do everything for me. So now that I'm doing it Instagram, in a house, I'm a little shaky, but we're going to grow together. We're going to do this thing, and we're going to look back, and we're going to laugh, because I'm not going to be as shaky, and you're going to be more informed on a lot of stuff, because we got a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about. I'm Riq the Critic. Good night, and thank you so much for tuning in. Should have had music, huh? Riq the Critic, Riq the Critic, Riq the Critic, Riq the Critic.